that's actually how we told you to start your strategic planning conversation, which is celebrate the wins. Look back, what has gone right, what has done well this year. Before we look forward and think ahead, we have to look back. We have to acknowledge the wins.
How do you create winners? You talk like winners.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Maven Marketing Podcast. Today is Maven Monday. I'm your host, Brandon Welch, and I am here with Caleb, Christmas Vacation Agee.
Oh, yeah.
He is T-minus 1 hour and 4 minutes from being free for the holidays. He has worked long and hard this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
haven't we
all
all
come to this? We have all. This has been a fun year.
Yeah.
Growth year in so many ways. But mostly, as things just shift back to normal, we've just had a blast engaging and kind of re-strategizing and building companies and just despite headwinds against us. So this is the place where we answer your real life marketing questions to eliminate waste in advertising, grow your business, and help you achieve the big dream. And it's a special episode. We are reviewing the 10 highlights of the Maven Marketing Podcast for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to this, it is not Maven Monday. It's actually Maven Monday on a Tuesday because we don't drop episodes on Christmas.
Yeah.
No.
You got things to do.
Hope you had a wonderful yesterday or last week or whenever you happen to be listening to this with your family.
Yeah.
I certainly plan on doing that at this moment.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this isn't recorded live. So
we're not live.
We're a little bit ahead of Christmas at this moment.
We're speaking to future
Brandon and Caleb.
Yes. So
and you.
What we did, we almost dropped a different episode, but we were like, you know what? Let's look back at all the highlights and all the moments we felt like you guys either engaged or had the most views on YouTube or just really leaned into what we were talking about. And we've got 10 down and dirty tips from the last 28 episodes of the Maven Marketing Podcast.
Yeah.
So that you can go into the new year with a couple of maybe nuggets and come back, start fresh.
Little takeaways.
And we are going to link to these past episodes that we're talking about in the notes. Do you want to lay them out or do you want to just go one by one?
Let's just go one by one.
One by one.
I think it's better just one by
David
one.
Letterman style. Number one,
yes.
top 10 reasons. So these are the top 10 things we felt like were of the most value or at least of the most impact for the podcast. And number one is speak to your tribe in the language of your tribe.
Yeah.
Looking at 2024, lead generation is harder, right? Regulations on Facebook, Google, just overall data privacy things are making it harder and harder to target that customer and sort of creepily follow them around. And it's not that that's totally gone or ever going to be totally gone, but it's just harder than it has been in recent memory.
Yeah.
And so the best way to actually build a company that's going to be on sustainable growth is to build a tribe.
Yeah.
We talked about this and how to build a tribe of extremely loyal customers. Probably about episode 13, 14, maybe 10 episodes ago.
I could not tell you.
Guess.
But yeah. You'll look for that name, how to build a tribe of extremely loyal customers. And I think the thing is the language, right? There's an insider language that things you do say and things you don't say.
Yes.
And if you can, you have to establish that as the business. You have to build that language that you want everybody talking. I think we gave the example of Dave Ramsey. He's got this insider language where people call in, they're like, hey, I'm on baby step 3 and I'm going to baby step 4. And if you've never heard of Dave Ramsey, you're saying baby what?
Yeah.
And but he has this language,
you're
this
in the
tribal
tribe,
language.
You're in the tribe. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Every strong brand has a tribe leader or a tribal language. And so what the takeaway there is, as you're going in 2024, instead of making it the goal to, buy your media a little better or maybe write a little better transactional ad, what are some things you can do that pretty shortly from now, nobody will be able to take away from you?
Yeah.
How do you differentiate yourself? For Apple, it's a voice of disruption and bright colors, and every one of their boxes can be spotted a mile away as one of their products. For Harley Davidson, it's the sound of the engine roar, and it's their bold and just like boxy brand, and just things that become iconic to you and from you over time.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to that episode about how to build those phrases, build those brand associations that make you have your own language, and eventually Nobody will take that away from you. People
That's
come
right.
to you specifically because
Special.
of that.
It's yours.
Yes.
That's so good.
Number 2.
Number 2. You want me to do it?
I do.
I'll take number 2.
Who's Al?
AI is a tool that can help you, but it can't replace you. And that is a throwback to the episode with Carter, our intelligence, artificial expert. No, I'm just kidding.
Artificial intelligence. Yeah, that was a simulation.
Carter wasn't actually even in the room. It was just an example of us using. No,
we're about to drop Carter 5.
Yeah, Carter 5.0. And really, I think the nuance of that is there are so many tools out there with AI. There's a lot of it in marketing and design and video and all in our sphere, even even with Ryan last time you guys were talking about AI being a factor in search. But
shiny objects everywhere.
But
machine learning.
Yes, it's
you no longer need humans. A machine will do it for you.
It's all this learning, but here's the thing: the machine doesn't have empathy, and it has learned based on the status quo. It's learned based on how every other crappy writer writes out there, and so you are going to be white. If you ask it to give you copywriting, it's going to give you white bread copywriting.
Yes.
If you ask it to update your ads, they're going to be white bread ads.
Most definitely.
And so what you have to do is you have to come in and be a human, not a computer, and write like a human would and do something that would surprise them. Yeah. That would make it interesting.
Yeah, it's not good at new, surprising, and different, which our job to become these magnetic brands and become these tribal leaders we're talking about, our job is to become the one that people think of first, right?
Yeah.
And you can't be thought of first if you look like everything else. My favorite line from that episode, I remember it like it was yesterday. Carter said, AI's job is to blend in. Our job as ad writers is to stand out. So if you want to stand out, you cannot rely on AI. Now, use it for your data, use it for your productivity. We did talk about a lot of positive uses for AI in the sales.
Efficiencies.
Lead curation.
Yeah.
Process, sorting data, finding trends that would take you hours and hours and you still might not see them. Yep. So it's a tool that can help you, but it can't replace you because you are a human and you are lovely and wonderful.
Yes.
And you can do things that only humans can do.
You is special.
I sounded like Mr. Rogers there.
Okay.
Number 3, write job ads, not job descriptions. We talked about how to recruit amazing employees.
Yeah.
This topic is something we accidentally probably got more demand on for our services than like most things we actually do as marketers. And the truth is, it's not like people ask, ooh, what role does a brand play in recruiting employees, or what does your marketing play in recruiting employees? It's like it's not what role it plays. It is everything about you, everything about your brand that is public facing to the employees as well.
Yep.
And so we talked about tactics for person purpose proof. If you want to take away and go, how do I write a job ad that's actually going to show people who I am? Stop talking about the job.
Yeah.
You don't want a job description. You want a recruiting ad.
Yes.
And honestly, this is that podcast was an iteration of a presentation I've done for the last 8 or 10 years that is just always a hit.
Yeah.
And
every single time we change a job description, so they're posting on Indeed or LinkedIn or whatever, every single time we take a company's job description and turn it into a real ad.
Yes.
I would say 10 to 100 times the results of applications where they are stagnant and stuck. Usually they come to us because they're stuck.
Yes.
I can't seem to get the right person for this job. We change it. They're getting where they were getting 10, they're getting 100 now. Yes. And it's such a cool thing to see.
Yes. And their quality.
Yeah.
A very, very regular result of people who use that methodology that we taught in the episode, How to Recruit Amazing Employees. Very regular. Maybe even every time I've ever done it, is that people go, I got applicants from people who didn't even know they were looking for a job, which probably means they're a good employee because they're happy or content or hardworking where they're at.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't even know they were looking for a job, and they saw this ad and they wanted to have a conversation with me. So if you are looking to recruit amazing employees in 2024, that is a great episode for you. Probably one of my top 3 favorites.
Yeah. It's very practical.
Very practical. Some of them are, some of them aren't. That one is.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'll take it back. The best deals on traditional and broadcast medias are found when you place your buy annually. So we're throwing back to the episode with Megan. Is actually a 2-part, how to get the best deal on TV and radio advertising, parts
Part
1 and 2.
That's high stakes. When you do part 1 and then part 2 is like, and nobody came back for part 2. You're like,
Yeah.
what did I do wrong? Actually, that episode had
Yes.
great views. But
Yeah.
the big takeaway, like right now, if you're listening to this in December and you don't have your advertising budget planned and you don't have it placed with your media partners, like stop and do it.
Yep. Get on
Here's
it.
the thing. You can always adjust later, but
Mhm.
you can never go back and get that level of commitment later. So if you're trying to have a big year and you think, oh, well, I'm just going to kind of see how things go. And when I feel good, I'm going to advertise, or when I think things are right, I'm going to advertise. You know, that doesn't work for media any more than it works for working out.
Yeah.
You, if anybody's trying to lose weight about this time of year, you don't say, oh, I'm going to wake up and see what I feel like before I go to the
Magically
gym.
lose 10 pounds or
No, you've already decided.
Yep.
And so you've already decided you're going to be healthy, so you're going to do what healthy people do. And that means for media, you've already decided you're going to grow. You're going to be a confident company. You're going to push through no matter whatever headwinds are with you. That means you place your media now. And that is the way to get the best deal.
Yeah.
That is the way to, if you're worried about political, if you've heard the chatter about, political years are tough to advertise in, that almost overcomes that challenge in and of itself. Placing a schedule in December for the rest of the year. You place your ads in, buy them effectively.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean if something happens you want to change, add to, remove, that you can't adjust later. But if you're going into the station, yes, I believe in you. I'm going to place my media now.
Yeah.
That's the best plan.
And according to the Maven method, I read this somewhere, being in the lives of a customer, we call that tomorrow customer marketing.
Yes.
That is the most profitable. So not only is it a good investment to make that annual plan, but that is the most profitable customer in the long term because you are there. And we're going to get to that. That's another point, sort of, but it's a reoccurring theme.
So I talked to a client today, and this initially, what we're talking about was actually a really scary thing. Really, I'm going to commit to the whole year. It's like, yeah, trust us.
You're not going to turn off in the wintertime. You're not going to turn off.
52 weeks.
Yes.
By advertising every day, rain, spring, sun, shine, snow, whatever.
Holidays, not holidays, summertime.
Holidays, politics, whatever. And here's why. And I'll tell you, this client has, since doing that a little over 2 years ago, has tripled the size of their business. We are literally doubling down on top of the budget has grown since we started. But the market before, people were searching this client's category, and he's in the home improvement industry. And that's where he got all of his traffic, search engines, a little bit of Facebook lead generation, some direct mailers and stuff. And now what we're seeing is, like, today there was a 300 to 400% increase, depending on which way we looked at it, in the number of people searching his exact name.
Wow.
Before they look for any competitor,
company
before
name,
they look for a list.
They're typing companyname.com.
Yes. And
in
guess
the browser. What? That's crazy.
Guess what? Close rate, literally up 50, 60%. Confidence. All the clues in chapter 12.
I don't know.
Clues
along the way.
Clues along the way. 7 clues along the way in the Maven method of tomorrow marketing. What I'm telling you guys, be the one people know before they need you. And golly, it's playing out so big for our clients that have doubled down on
We are
that.
going to be harping on this harp. I don't know what we're harping on, but we're going to keep singing the song all day long.
Yes, that was good. That we can maybe go back and try that one again. But.
Yeah, I think I landed it there.
So get the best deals. We just expounded like five of the points there. Place your media now. Be there before people need you, and they will choose you. They will go looking for you in time before they look for your competitors, and you will win because they will like you, trust you, and believe in you more.
Yep.
Number 5, always respond to bad and good reviews. This is from an episode called What to Do When You Get a Bad Review.
Yeah.
You're going to get them. There's knuckleheads out there. And you know what? You're going to be the knucklehead once in a while. Let's just call it out. You're going to do something that you didn't realize was wrong, and it was wrong, or somebody's going to catch, an employee on an off day, and you're going to get the bad review. The thing is, that's actually a really big opportunity to show who you actually are.
Yeah.
And so we give like a 5-part process for empathize, apologize, give a reasonable next step, or share values, give a reasonable next step, and then make it easy to contact you. I think are the 5 steps.
Yeah.
But if you get a bad review, go back and listen to that. That's like in your back pocket. Maybe you don't have one right now, but sometime middle of spring, somebody's going to leave you a bad review,
Yeah.
and you go, "Oh, I heard that. I'm going to go
Yeah.
look for that."
Hopefully
episode.
you pre-decided at this moment
You
to
have
go
already
listen
decided.
to that episode. Don't respond while your cheeks are red.
Yes.
And
Which cheeks?
Easy there.
Don't. Take a breather.
Yes.
Be human. Be real, and the rest of the world
Yeah.
is going to see this 1, 2, 3 bad reviews amongst a pile of 100 other good ones.
Yeah.
They're going to see, oh wow, this was a human day, and this person responded like a human, and I kind of like doing business with humans.
And by the way, if it's completely outrageous craziness, like I don't even know who this person is or what they're talking about, they must have been talking about the guy down the street, and I didn't do this. People can smell the crazy, and if you just diffuse it again by empathizing and apologizing, if that's how you start your posture, oh man, it doesn't matter. They're not going to change the 1 star, but just let it sit there and let your high road show up a lot shinier than the rest of it. So
people are secretly wondering, how does the business owner treat this situation? And that also goes for the good reviews. When they're looking through your good reviews, and every single time you go,
thanks
gosh
so
golly,
much.
Thanks, Nate. We enjoyed helping you find your, poodle collar or whatever it was. That's what Nate rides to work, poodle. Effing collar for it, though. Okay.
Yeah. Number 6.
Nate the camera guy. Read this one.
Oh.
Number 6. Number 6.
Number 6, analyze your sales scripts to pinpoint your no.
Analyze your sales scale scripts.
Scripts. You got
what
this.
you want to find the first no. Where did somebody go from being open to closing your sales script?
Yes.
It happened way before you probably realized it. But we did an episode. It's actually early on. This was probably, for a while, this was our highest viewed episode.
I think it's still in the top 5 on YouTube at the moment.
How to close more sales with messaging and math is what you're going to go back and read. And if you are running a sales team, or if you are a sales team, or if you're trying to get more yeses in any sort of presentation, we broke down, I think, with a really effective formula.
Yeah.
And we did it through the lens of a college kid. Who reached out to us, Spencer. We need to check back in with him, but who was polishing his script for power washing. But it applies. I don't care if you're selling legal plans or jewelry or whatever. It's all goes back to the empathy thing. If you want a roadmap for better sales and better measurement of your sales progress, great episode. How to close more sales with messaging and math.
Yeah, that's great.
Speaking of sales,
so in another episode where we talked about sales, we said get on a milk route. So it's a little bit abstract. That is from the episode 12 skills you need to close more sales, part 1 and 2.
Yep.
Brandon talked about having a milk route, a regular.
Thank you, Brian McDonough, who taught me this. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Brian. We talked about a regular route of prospects, potential customers, that you would build into your time, that you're constantly inserting yourselves in their lives.
For whatever reason, somebody perpetuated the rumor that there's this one call close, and that's where your business should come from. It's probably not gonna. You get lucky when you get lucky, but the way, way, way more consistent method for growing a business or growing a sales presence or just being a good professional is to have a consistency to the times you show up.
Yep.
So if you caught them this week, Tuesday at 2:00, show up next week, Tuesday at 2:00. People are creatures of habit.
Yep.
And we're talking about building relationships with potential B2B prospects or B2C prospects. It also applies to media and showing up in the same programs every day.
Yep.
Milk route just means you get your people and you decide, these are the 30 people I want to work with this year. And gosh golly, I'm going to show up every week
every time
until it makes sense for us to work together.
Yep.
And you'll get a lot farther. It's a little bit of a tortoise and the hare thing. The hare's over here jumping up and down saying, hey, Slick, you want to buy today?
Hey. Yeah.
What's the promotion?
Yep.
How can I target more
the
people?
Customers, the customer the hare gets to make on a hair trigger decision. I got a pun before you did, I think.
You sure did.
So the customers that they get to do that also quit on the same amount of speed.
If you get a quick yes, you'll get a quick no.
Yep. Eventually. You said it much more concise than I did, but I worked the pun in. So
you worked the pun in. All
bonus points. What are we
so
on?
Get on a milk route no matter what you're selling. We're on tip number 8.
Number 8.
SEO is a long battle. It is not nerd voodoo. I would actually call it a war, not a battle. SEO is a war. A series of showing up and trying to have the best tactics against your opponent or opponents, of which there are dozens on in your market or in your category. We did an episode on how to rank higher on Google, what you need to know about SEO, part 1 and part 2. Turn that sucker on 1.5 speed and just go through those, because SEO is getting harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
As is SEM.
Yeah.
And the truth is Google's turning it into more of a profit center, so it's becoming more pay to play effectively just to get search traffic in general.
Yeah.
But the big fish are definitely eating the small fish, and you don't want to be a small fish. So you need to be creating regular content if you wish to rank and be visible in your category, in your town, in your region, for what you do.
And the secondary part, maybe our secret, not so secret mission behind that episode was, we've seen over the years that we've done this, a lot of people being taken advantage of on SEO plans. And a lot of times
you're shipping in that $900 a month check, and it's just small enough you don't get too hot and bothered about it.
But in the scheme of your marketing plan, especially if that's your marketing budget, we want to make sure that you're using that as effectively as possible. SEO definitely has a place in your marketing, but is that the first place you should spend your first $1,000? I'm not so sure.
Kind of depends on your category.
Kind of depends on what we're talking about.
And I would say, moreover, what a lot of people are claiming as doing them good in SEO is not. So if you're paying somebody to do SEO and they're not showing you, hey, I created this page, what do you think of it? Hey, I added this picture. Hey, I did this actual active thing that puts more of your likeness and your brand out in the world, and is a resource for people looking for questions around what you do. If that's not happening and you just think you're handing money off to some magician that's turning magic knobs at the back of the website, the magic knobs don't exist.
Yeah. They'll likely send you, it'll look like a traffic report. And
you go, well, this looks fancy.
That looks great. But big numbers.
Yes.
Hundreds and thousands of people.
So learn the questions you need to be asking to make sure your SEO strategy is actually moving forward.
Yes.
In the episode, how to rank higher on Google, what you need to know about what you need to know about SEO, part 1 and part 2.
Number 9, win your customers over long before the finish line, and you'll enjoy a lower cost per lead.
I feel like we talk about this in every episode. I feel like this is
we can't help it.
This is the anchor. Well, it's so dadgum exciting because we're seeing it play out. We've been, truth, we believed it. And then we helped other people believe in what we were believing, and in early 8 years of our agency. Yeah. But now we look around, pretty much everybody we work with has done this and has built this commitment to their audience, to their market, to their town. Yeah. And they're not struggling like other companies are struggling.
Well, and that's by contrast, anybody who hasn't moved in that direction, oh man, they're the ones that are like, what's my lead volume? Why is my lead cost getting higher? What's going on? I need more leads. My lead quality is lower. My close rates are down. All of these, we're talking about signals along the way in the good. There are a lot of signals along the way when you haven't done this, that things start to trend in a different direction because it's going to get harder.
I got a call from 2 different home improvement companies this week, and they were like, we hear you guys are growing, all your clients are growing right now. And I'm like, well, that's true. They're like, well, what are you doing? We've tried everything. We tried Facebook. We tried Google. This isn't working anymore. Yeah. And they're like, so what are you doing different? Tell us how it works. And I'm like, it's gonna be really boring. Yeah. Become liked before the sale. That is the number one secret. And then all of those other things will start working better, but also you won't need them as much because you will have a reputation that precedes you.
Yep. That's it.
Have a reputation that precedes you. So win your customers over. We talked about building personality. Honestly, the tribal episode speaks to this as well. We also covered this last week, what you need to know about Google Ads in 2024. We talked about how to make your ads more effective, I believe, in one of the very, very early episodes. Yeah. You stick around this podcast long enough, and you're going to learn some of our tactics for doing that, for how to write ads that aren't just, hey, look at my product and buy my product today, but make me remember you, make me like you, make me laugh at you, make me bond with you. And man, we have some cool ads coming out for our clients next year. Yeah, we do. I'm so proud of our work.
We're having fun.
Yeah, Nate the camera guy has been cutting tape back there like a madman.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what tape is. But
that's what I wrap my Christmas presents with.
Yeah. Scotch tape, yeah. He's been cutting ads together like crazy. And it's good stuff, isn't it, Nate?
Oh yeah.
Some really, really great stuff next year. We'll be sharing more ads. I think what I'm hearing is people want to a little bit more dive into what our actual ads are. I'm so happy to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Break them down, tell you why they're working. So you'll see more of that next year. And the last, I'm going to let you take
You want me to take it?
I do.
Okay.
Number 10.
Number 10, don't forget to celebrate your wins. So that was from our 5 questions to guide your strategic plan in 2024 episode. And that's actually how we told you to start your strategic planning conversation, which is celebrate the wins. Look back, what has gone right? What has done well this year? Before we look forward and think ahead, we have to look back. We have to acknowledge the wins.
How do you create winners? You talk like winners.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to go woo-woo and go all like, manifestation here for you. But honestly, when in your recent dialogue, no matter what's going on in your business, I'm not saying lie or have toxic positivity, but I am saying there is something you did last week that was worthwhile. There was something you did yesterday. There's probably something you did before you got to work today that was worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
And when the dialogue in your company is that to a healthy degree, it's magnetic in the way that everybody just subliminally, subconsciously works. All the way down, everybody, all the way up to the leader. You know, brand new employee, all the way up to the leader. Yeah. We blow people's minds when they, first get here to work at Frank and Maven because they're like, oh, wow, that's cool. I've never seen that done. Yeah. Every Monday, the very, very, very first slide of our presentation that has not changed in almost 10 years is how did you win last week? Yep. And new people think, oh, this is just, gimmicky, oh, this is something that it'll probably wear off. And then people who have been here 10 years, like Caleb, are going, oh no, that's just,
that's what we do.
That's kind of like our,
that's how we do it.
Kind of like our church.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we do here. So, but this goes annually, this goes weekly, this goes hopefully daily to some degree. Maybe your internal dialogue. You want to start off everything by looking back at wins, and it makes everything else work better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go over these one more time. You need to speak to your tribe in the language of your tribe. That's tip number 1. You need to know that AI is a tool that can help you, but it can't replace you. You need to write job ads, not job descriptions. You need to know that the best deals on traditional broadcast media are found when you buy your ads annually. There, I said it again. You need to always respond to bad and good reviews. You need to analyze your sales scripts and pinpoint where people are falling off instead of just saying the whole thing's bad. Where's the no? Where's the first no you're getting? Number 7 is you need to get on a milk route. Number 8, don't forget SEO is a long battle, and you need to be a source of unique, incredible content if you wish to win. Number 9 is win your customers over long before the finish line, and you'll enjoy a perpetual snowball effect of lower lead cost now, next year, and next year, and next year. Last, my friends, don't forget to celebrate your wins. You have certainly been a win with us this year. Yes. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back next year and every week answering your real-life marketing questions. Is there anything else we want to add?
Just Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Have a great one.
Have a great one.
Guess what? It's going to be a good year.
It is going to be a good year. Yeah. 2024 is going to be a good year. Don't let anybody try to tell you otherwise because you're going to make it a good year.
Yep.
Have a great week. Oh, hey, I forgot to say the thing. Marketers who can't teach you why
are just a fancy lie.